All right, everybody. Hi there, and welcome to today's stream. I'm, as always, very excited to be back. Hope that everybody had a great weekend, and I am here today playing some Animal Crossing. So unfortunately, I don't get to play very much during the days because I have other stuff going on. I have to, work and stuff, and then after this, I have to work normally. But I do try to check turnip prices at least, so that's why I was over here by Nook's Cranny. I am excited to show you guys some of the changes I made to the island, though. I think it's in a really, really good spot now. I think that I really like the way that my island has come along, and the way that it looks overall. I love all of my folks, the villagers, all that kind of stuff. Hey, look, it's Tiny Human and Rev. Hi, both of you. Hope that you all had good weekends. Or that it at least wasn't too bad. So, did everybody or anybody play in the bug off? I did a little bit. I didn't do nearly as much as I wanted, though. So, you can see the shirt that I'm wearing. It's the official bug off shirt that I got. I didn't get everything that the thing offered. But I'm still pretty happy overall with what I got. I think it's pretty cool. And then it's Mathewin. Hi, Mathewin. Look at all these furs. It's ridiculous. So I didn't have time to pick my flowers yesterday, so that's why some of these are all doubled up. Effectively, this is just my propagation areas for specific hybrids, so I can keep growing them all the various ways. Only the bronze trophy. That's unfortunate. Mathewin sent stuff. I'm not opening it. Yeah, I didn't have the time to focus on it. Unfortunately, I was working too much. So I was only able to play like 3 or 4 rounds, something like that. Which really sucks, because they only take, what, like 3 minutes, literally? So it's not like they take a long time. But I just couldn't do it. I did not have the time available, unfortunately. But still, want to come to your island? Sure. I'll head over to your island, Tiny. I can hang out there for a little bit. So real quick, let me give you guys my grand tour of my island. I have this little area here behind my orchard, where it's just kind of like a little hangout zone. Up here, I have my remade orchard area. So this has essentially 4 of all of the main fruit types. So I can just come up here and grab them and sell them whenever I need, whenever I'm ready. Over here, I've got my Lily of the Valley as well as all of my gold roses. I've got a couple more gold roses now. I need to move them up there. And I'm waiting to get more Lilies of the Valley. I'm back up to 5 stars after doing all of this moving around. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. But I've got this whole area finished up now. So this is my area for watering, essentially. So if anybody comes to visit, then I basically say, please water all this stuff. So I've got some cool hybrids over here. I've got so these are the hybrids that are part of making additional colors. So for the pansies, if memory serves, I think 2 of the hybrid reds make purple, which is why they're over here. And same thing for the pink roses. The pink hybrid roses are like these pink roses right here. So these come from the purple and the red combination, and then if you combine the pink with a yellow, then you get something else, and it's on the way to a blue, basically, is all it is. That's essentially what it boils down to. So either way, I'm super stoked about it. And basically up here, I've got my specific pairings that are associated with hybrids. So these are already hybrid flowers that are able to combine together to make new hybrids. This I'm particularly excited about, this purple mum right here. This purple mum is from 2 hybrid yellow mums, which means that this is now a hybrid purple, which I can use to make green mums. I think Rev was the one who actually gave me a green mum as well. So that's propagating down here, but I'm trying to make my own greens as well. So it's pretty exciting. You got Black Cosmos? Nice. I'm still waiting to get Black Cosmos. Like, you can see I've got all of my oranges over here set up and ready, but I'm just not getting them, unfortunately. I've got my orange tulips as well to try and make purple tulips. But so far I've only gotten 2 purple tulips. So you can see I've got one that split off here, so they're growing. But I'm excited because I've got plenty of space to allow more things to propagate, which I'm super excited by, and all that good stuff. So it's cool. I'm really happy with how everything turned out. And essentially, in order to make space for this, I had to move back all of my characters, all of my villagers' houses. So now I essentially have a massive housing district up on the top here. So that's 3 out of 4. Now let me grab this too. While I'm here, I'm gonna bury my money. So fun fact about this is, if you bury 30,000 bells, you can bury 30,000, and you're essentially guaranteed to make a profit. So essentially what'll happen is there's like a chance for you to get 30,000 bags. So 3 bags of 30,000 each, or you'll get 3 bags of 10,000. So you're guaranteed to make at least some kind of a profit. I prefer playing it safe personally, so I just bury 10,000, and that way you're guaranteed to get 10,000 every time. So, you know, whatevs. Or rather, you're guaranteed to get 30 every time, so you're guaranteed an extra 20. But this is essentially my housing district. I just have 3 rows of 3, or I have 2 rows of 3 and then 1 row of 4. All of them nice and evenly spaced, so it's much nicer in my way. And then over here we have Zucker! What's wrong, Zucker? Talk to me, bro! No, Zucker! Don't move! You are amazing and adorable. Sorry. So this is like the little playground area that I had made, and then up here is like the recreation area. So I've got all of the arcade games. I got snack machines, drink machines. I got my fancy climbing wall. We can play basketball, quick ow pow. We got the table tennis, all sorts of cool stuff. It's super fun. It's totally awesome. Well, I think it's cool. And of course, at my house, I've got all of my turnips just sort of hanging around in there as well. So it's neat. I like the way that things turned out. I think it came out well overall. I'm happy with it. I know that a lot of people are doing much fancier things, and a lot of people have like the custom walkways and things like that. I decided not to go that far personally, but you know. Tiny told me like 3 times now that the gate is open. I think that she wants me to go over there. I didn't mean to open that. I meant to open Nook Shopping. Yeah, so it's an interesting kind of thing because if memory serves, when on what color is that? Is that green? I can't tell. So with the way that it works with burying the bells is that I think if you bury 100, you can get up to 1,000, I want to say. But then if you bury 10,000, you're guaranteed to get 10,000. If you bury 30,000, you might get 90,000, essentially, is what it boils down to. So there's, like, obviously there's specific numbers associated with everything. I don't know what they are offhand. Is that a purple windflower? Pretty sure that's a purple windflower. Of course, all of my work doing with the hybrid things, and I get the stupid purple windflower just randomly. Doesn't matter though. I'm still gonna replant it, and I'm gonna, you know, keep it going, yo. So see, these are two of my turnip stacks. The rest of them are in the basement because that's where you always keep your root vegetables, is in the basement. In my case, with all of the science, I have all of my turnips. So we're ready to rock. Incidentally, I'm super happy with how my house turned out as well. I think it's pretty awesome. I get good ratings with the what is it? Whatever the Happy Home Academy. That's the one. The association thing. I got an email. I just wanted to see what it was real quick. Whatever. Flowers are awesome. And that's kind of what I figured, Rev, was that burying 10,000, like, or burying 30,000 gives you a chance of getting 30, 30, 30, but I can't imagine that it would be common enough that it would make it worthwhile, because in burying 10K, you guarantee that you triple your investment, because no matter what, you're going to get 30 back. Whereas when you bury 30, you might get 90. So I just like playing it safe. That's essentially my safe investment. So if turnips are the equivalent of the stock market, then for me at least, doing the burying of the money is that's more of like the treasury bonds and stuff like that, where it's something that's a little bit better guaranteed. So yeah. And it's like, yeah, you might make it, but it's highly unlikely, essentially. So I just stick with what I can. And part of the thing when it comes to turnips as well is that there are such large communities associated with basically like selling out whatever your turnip prices are, that it becomes really easy to sell for a solid profit. And I mean, we can't know for certain, well, I personally can't know for certain what the designers intended when it came to the stock market, that is STALK market, but I think it probably wasn't intended that we have these massive communities that are solely in existence to sell turnips. I have a feeling that it was more of, you know, you take a risk on your own island, maybe you're able to get something from somebody else if you're lucky, type of things. So see, Tiny is over here doing the flower watering and removal services, and it looks like that the removal services are going quite well, if I say so myself. She's got so many really beautiful hybrids. This is awesome. It's so pretty. What's the star rating on your island, Tiny? Do you have a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star? What are you at now? Wrong button. Hola! You got 4 stars? Nice! That's really awesome. Who's moving here? That is Tiny Human's new house. That's a quality house. The museum has a picture of a doggo on it. I approve. Whose house is this? That is Midge's house. I'm going to explore. So, I'll be honest, I'm jealous of this right here. Having 2 rocks right next to each other like that. That is awesome. That is really cool. I like this path with the seashell. That's really cool. It's really nice. Look at all these flowers. Look at all these blues. You got your blues and your purples and your pinks. Your blacks up here. Dang. Tiny, you got like everything. That's crazy. You have a moon. I can sit on the moon. I'm like the guy from the DreamWorks logo. Hang on, I'm gonna get beefcake. It doesn't let me lift. If anybody's curious, when you lie down on the weight bench, then you actually close your eyes. So it's kind of funny. No running. Oh, So I was reading this as the whole "don't dead open inside" thing, the Walking Dead weirdness, where it's like no running guringing. Guys, I'm gonna run. I did it, you guys. I ran. I wasn't supposed to. Hey, look, it's Flick. No fair, you got Flick on your island. Not fair. I wanna catch bugs and sell them to Flick. It's funny because now I've gotten to the point where I have. Oh, look at that! See, look at this Black Cosmos, just laying on the beach. Rev, are you seeing this? This is ridiculous. We're sitting here like I slaved away for 10 years in the Cosmos mines trying to find me some of these fancy Black Cosmos, and then they just, like, whatever, people just throwing them away. Ridiculous. So ridiculous. And I just find it so hilarious that you just hop on the weight bench and you immediately just fall asleep. Just like, yeah, that sounds pretty much perfect. I will admit I never saw anybody fall asleep on a weight bench, though. I personally never witnessed that, but I imagine that it's probably happened. I'm guessing that it has. Just not to me personally. What's going on over here? Who's that? Fat Fanny? Thank you so much for following. Great to have you. Tiny, why do you have all of your people in cages? What is this, a zoo? Why are you being so rude? To buddy. Ooh, I like this bridge. You got that fancy Zen bridge. Big Tiny over here. Oh, you don't want him, so you're trying to run him out? Look at this, a toilet in between the snacks and the drinks. That is exactly what kind of thing you need. Oh, have a drink. I do need a drink. Report this island for trafficking? Oh. What is that? Is that the suit that I had before? It looks like it. But thank you so much for joining us, Fat Fanny. Great to have you. Guys, there's a Peter Pan outfit. Oh, sorry. It's a Sprite costume. I apologize. Heaven forbid. I call it the Peter Pan costume. It's a Sprite. Next thing you know, we will be meeting the satyr Pan. Actually, no. What was Pan in Midsummer Night's Dream? I don't remember. He was he a sprite? I don't know. I'm not a Shakespeare person. Hakama. It's kind of cool. Frugal hat. Ooh. Nothing good for me. So see, we always get upset at people who randomly like trap villagers and visitors and all that kind of stuff, as we should, because it's inappropriate. Although I will admit, I did put Daisy May in a temporary internment camp yesterday, because, well, I kind of had to. Take flowers? I'm not taking any of your flowers. These are your flowers. And look at all these costumes. Man, you got all these great clothes, all these great flowers everywhere. Tiny, this is a pretty awesome island. I don't understand why there's a fridge outside, but, whatever. I'm down with having a fridge outside, I suppose. I like the placement of the inclines, too. This is really nice. Oh, no running. No run. Okay, I'm not going to run here. So this is where all the fancy flowers are. Oh, we got the orchard. Very, very nice. I like it. There's oranges, there's pears, apple, more oranges. Very nice, very nice. So the lazy villagers have snacks. Lazy villagers do tend to talk a lot about snacks. It's kind of weird because my island ended up being like 30% lazy villager, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not super happy. Respect my flowers. You got blue roses! How on earth did you get blue roses? You have a unicorn on your island. You have blue roses and you got gold roses. You got a giant termite mound. You got purple... What's it called? Purple tulips. This is crazy. Look at all that fanciness, you guys. So much fanciness. You married the unicorn in the game? That's adorable. Oh, so did you go to the Harv's Island where they're doing the wedding event? Wow, you got a lot of black roses. You have a lot of roses in general. Got black roses, purple roses, all the roses. Very impressive. I'm gonna donate a little shh. This is really cool, though. I really like what you've done here, Tiny. This is gorgeous. All the little signage is really nice to have. I like having all of the... Oh, you're very welcome, Tiny. I'm glad I can help. I like the signage. I like having the walls over here and like how everything is blocked off and like in its own little space and all that stuff. It's really, really cool. It's quite wonderful. Let's see what cool stuff you got. Is this a mini fridge? It is! Let's see here. You know, I think my place has a hot tub. I kind of have to go back to get my hot tub. I'm just saying. I gotta do it. Be curtain. I'm gonna get this just because it looks like a Gaussian distribution. I am all about the Gaussian distributions. Oh, man. So, did everybody have a good weekend and a good Monday? For whatever it's worth? I'm personally quite worried about my work and workplace and state and all this kind of thing. Because it's horrible. I don't know when I'll be able to leave again. Oops. I'm also... it's a whale shark! Nice! Oh, she walked through the whale shark. Wait. Ha! Surprise. Mathewin, you're still on your weekend? Well, it was your birthday recently, wasn't it? Yay, birthday! Is that why you're still on the weekend? Is because like you took time off for your birthday? Which reminds me, for those of us in the U.S., we apparently we've got yeah, chilling on the beach like a boss. We're supposed to have Friday off because of 4th of July. I don't know whether or not I get it. I think I'm supposed to, but my problem right now is that my job is super weird when it comes to what's going on right now. Because we have a lot of craziness due to COVID. So, so it's not going so well, unfortunately, and we've got to work a lot extra. Ooh! I get to go visit Rev now. I think I will. I need to go to the bank first. I'm going to grab some money. Because if you got something that's worth buying, then I want to pick it up. But yeah, we're doing that, and then with July coming up, a grant proposal that I sent in several months ago is finally going in for review. So I'm personally really nervous about that. I don't know if my bosses are worried about it, but I'm like really hoping that the grant goes through, because if it does, then I'm going to be able to get a raise, which would be kind of sweet. So this is part of why I changed up my island so much, is so that I can get kind of this cool aerial view here. So I like being able to have the water feature off of Nook's Cranny, all of the gold roses, the little water me area over there. I think it just looks nice, essentially. And it's part of why I did it this specific way. But, I mean, everybody's island in this game belongs to them. You know, you do whatever you want. And that's one of the greatest things about this game. Not only New Horizons, but the entire series. Like, I was feeling super nostalgic the other day because I was packing up all of my old games. I was putting them in boxes because we needed the space in the house. And I was looking at Animal Crossing. I got the original one on GameCube. I still have my original copy. And I was just like literally thinking about how far this series has come. To be fair, I will say I only played 2 of them. I only played the first one and this one. So I have a very narrow field when it comes to what I have and haven't seen in this particular game. This game series. Because I know they had like a New Leaf was the DS one. I don't know if they had a release on the Wii or the Wii U, but I know they had at least the DS release. I think they had at least one other one. But again, I'm just completely unfamiliar with it, so I have no idea. But, oh, Tiny's got to go. Night-night, Tiny. Bye-bye, be good. Be well. I am excited for this week, though. I've got some really cool stuff going on personally. I'm going to get a new phone, which I'm very much looking forward to. I've been waiting for it for... It feels like a long time, but it really hasn't been. But I'm going to be able to get my my apps up and running again, so like get my Discord online and all that kind of stuff. Because right now I've only been able to run Discord through my desktop, which isn't a bad thing, but it just is. It is what it is. So, yeah, and then I had an overall pretty good weekend, though. It's really busy, and that's what sucks about my weekends, is I don't have time to relax, unfortunately. I wish I did, but there's always just too much work to do, there's always too much cleaning to do, and there's, you know, I do most of the cooking in the house and all this kind of stuff, so it means that I have to make time for that, and all this kind of stuff. You know, it's always something going on. Always, every day. I mean, even on, like, holidays and stuff. Part of my issue is that I elect to do this type of thing. So I do my live streams, I do my channel with the board game videos, all that kind of stuff. And obviously that takes time as well. Oh, I get to have drinks. Wait, 1, 2, 3 drinks. Okay, ready? And I gotta dance. And then we tap. And we tap. Because that's how we roll. Hey, look, it's Rev! Rev always has the best outfits, you guys. Like, seriously, his outfits are legit amazing. I always approve. I unfortunately only have, I think, one of those mustaches. I might have two. But I don't have nearly enough mustaches, essentially, is what I'm getting to. It's a travesty of epic proportions. So this is Escape Artist's house. At least I think it is. I finally got the spaceman. I can show you guys when we get back to my island. I've got like a whole space exhibit thing set up by my museum, which I'm really happy with. Very nice. I like the surrounding the rock with the pavement. Really cool. Very nice. Very nice. Hey, look, it's a snail. Oh, with the fancy Zen bridge. Oh, this is the chill spot. This is where Pandemic Chef chills. I saw Pandemic Chef on vacation over here. I'm just saying. This isn't a soccer ball. This is a volleyball. That's okay, though. I still respect. Ring toss. Teacup ride. Very fun. I like the campsite. It's very rustic. Has a bit of an internment vibe. It's called a hiatus. I like that Gojira-sama is still out here as well. There's the fake statue of David, always a classic. I think that's one of the termite mounds from the Bug-Off event. I want to go fishing. Although maybe I can catch a coelacanth. Oh, look at this. We got step-by-step flowers here. Very, very cool. Ooh, fancy. Step 2, step 3. Testing. So, my assumption is that this test... what are you testing here? I'm guessing that you're testing the purples to see if it's the correct purple. And the yellows are the pure breed yellows from the seeds. That's my guess with this, from what I know of genetics. This is called a test cross. It is a literal thing in genetics. You perform a test cross, which is simply that you know the genetics of one of the individuals in the crossbreed in the mating, and because you know the genetics of one of them, then based off of whatever your I guess result is, what your progeny is, then you're able to determine what the genotype, the genetics of the other parent were. So it's kind of a cool little thing. Ha! See? Okay. I knew it! You're testing the purple. So that means that that's a true yellow from the seed, correct? That you're testing with. I like having the satellite dish up here. That's kind of cool. And you got like the little viewing spot. This is neat. I like this. The power line is a little bit random, but I'll take it. Oh, yeah, I can water the roses. Faux show. Everybody trying to get them blue roses, yo. It's the thing to do. And I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. One of the things that I love about this game is how they introduced the genetics aspects of the different plants. I think it is really, really amazing. And I truly appreciate it as a scientist, honestly. See, we have to get some efficient watering here. Or at least as efficient as we can. So for anybody who's unfamiliar with how the watering aspect works, if somebody else visits your island, then they can water your plants for you. If they water your plants, then it gives them a higher probability of hybridizing and mating and producing a new plant, essentially. That's really all it boils down to. And I personally have the gold watering can, which will allow the black flowers, the black roses, to potentially produce a gold rose. Little playground area, very nice, very nice. Cotton candy machine, always great to have. Your island is looking really, really good, Rev. I think I came here not too long ago to sell something or whatever. And I remember exploring it a little bit at the time. But it looks really, really good. I think it turned out quite nice. I am a fan. Oh, and Sahara's here too? Nice! Yay, Sahara! Everybody knows that you have to have an outdoor piano. That's just the way it is. Hey, look, it's Rev! Let's check out Able Sister, see if there's anything good to buy. But this is one of those games that I always hold it up as an example, honestly, of this style of game where it's, at least after a certain point, sometimes within the entirety of the game, you are effectively making your own game. You're deciding what you do, what you want to do, what your goals are, what you are attempting, all of this kind of thing. And I absolutely love that about this game. I always use this game as an example alongside... what happened? No, I didn't push B, I pressed A. What's it called? There you go. I can look like, what's his name? Oh my god, the bug character. I keep wanting to say El Chapo, but that's the drug lord. Is it El Chavo? I don't remember. Oh, whoops, wrong hat. I need this one. But yeah, so whenever I would play Stardew Valley, I would always bring up Animal Crossing because they have a very similar feel in the sense of you make your own game. You decide what you're going to do, how you're going to interact with your villagers, what your goals for the game are. Are you trying to make the biggest house, the best looking island, have the most stuff? Like, what is it that you personally want to do in the game? And I think games like that take a very specific type of style to work really well. And one of the issues with like RPGs especially is there are some RPGs that try to do that but fall a little bit flat because it can be really difficult to convey that same feeling of I feel like this is my world and I can control it. Most of the time, at least for me, when I play an RPG, I'm playing for a storyline. I'm playing for characters and I want to see progression. I want to see things going on. I want to see things happening. I want to see things change. Whereas in a game like this, that's not necessarily the case. More often than not, you'll have some type of clock where you will see seasons change and all that kind of stuff. In this case, it happens in real time. In the case of Stardew Valley, it happens in a specified game time. But it just makes for a really fascinating experience overall, and something that is relatively unique in gaming altogether. So I personally enjoy it. I think it's a cool thing to have if the developers and by extension the companies responsible overall are able to make it work well. Because basically this is a game where ever since I've gotten it, I've played it every single day, literally. And I cannot say that for a very large portion of games that I have ever played. Sure, there are some games where I tend to dive in and play a whole bunch, but then I'm like, man, whatever. But sometimes I'll come back, sometimes I don't. In this case, I've been very consistent with it. Even if I'm only doing small stuff, I'm still consistent with playing. So it's kind of a unique thing in that sense. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it and thinking too much and should just enjoy a fun little game for what it's meant to be, which is a fun, cute little game. And it certainly is exactly that. El Chapuin, Colorado. El Chavo, yeah, that guy. It's a very famous Mexican comedian. It's just that the little hat reminds me of him. All I'm saying is I don't see Sahara wandering around. I saw Rev wandering around, but not Sahara. I'm going to check out Rev's museum real quick. Something moved. Oh, I think a box fell. I'm curious what art Rev has. So, incidentally, one thing that's exciting, Nintendo announced that they're doing an update on the 1st. So in just a couple of days, where they're adding another new area to the museum. So they're going to be adding a new sea creatures space somewhere, somehow. So we're going to be able to collect like scallops, anemones, all of that kind of stuff that you can actually dive for and grab from the bottom of the ocean. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's super cool. Honestly, though, I would much rather have something that's a little bit more quality of life based. So adding in some new features, making things a little bit easier for us. So for example, being able to craft multiple pieces of the same thing at once. And stuff along those lines that would be very helpful just logistically in this game. Because there are some aspects that get kind of annoying in that context. Thankfully not too many, but it would be nice to have some changes. And for example, when you get to a certain point in the game, then every day you have announcements by whoever is running the island at the time. So you start off with Tom Nook, and then it moves over to Isabelle. And eventually you'll reach the point where you don't really need any more announcements. And so Isabelle, typically is where it happens, will essentially just be like, oh, there's not really much to say, but I watched this fun thing on TV, or I got this cool new snack and it was really delicious, or whatever it is. And it's like, okay, fine, that's kind of cute, it's adorable, I get the point, but every day, at least Monday through Friday, you have a visitor. And it would be nice if she could tell you who and where the visitor is. Something along those lines. It would just be really helpful. It's not a huge idea. It's not a huge issue, honestly. But it's just something that, again, would be a relatively solid quality of life improvement for a game that is fun and good as it stands, but just could be made a little bit better with some slight changes. Or what I think is slight changes. That said, I have no experience in game programming or anything like that, so this could be something that's virtually impossible to do. I don't know. What did I do, Mathewin? I didn't mean to, I swear. Swearsies. I promise. What's this thing? There. Scout. No, this thing. Scout's Honor. That's the one. See? I remember things. I missed out on your quality outfit. I'm sure it's an incredible outfit, Mathewin. Are you being like Rev and trying to get some quality outfits? Is that what the deal is? Because I'm just going to tell you right now, you simply cannot compete with Rev. It's just not possible. Guys, let's talk weeds. Cosmos and Hyacinths. Cool. You have the best outfit? So not just an outfit, but the best outfit? I don't believe it. I'm sorry, but I can't bring myself to believe it. Hot dog strawberry? That sounds insane. Oh, that's what I need. I need the raspberry hat. I think Rev mentioned it last time I was streaming that we got to get the raspberry hats so that we can sing Raspberry Beret. Raspberry Beret. Do, do, do. Raspberry Beret. Oh, such a good song. Really is. Raspberry Beret. I gotta go buy myself a hot tub. Because it just seems like the thing to do. Buying a hot tub and whatnot. God, you find a secondhand store. Exactly. Yeah, boy. Sorry, whirlpool bath, not a hot tub. It's a hot tub. I am now the proud owner of a whirlpool bath. That's Dina. Dina is my duck, and it was her birthday a couple of days ago. Like, seriously, guys, if you have not seen the birthdays, like how they do birthdays in this game, it is like so amazingly cute. It's so adorable. Like, everybody has to look at it, I swear. It is just the best. Let's see here. I think I came in earlier today and just sort of breezed through. I think I got the noble pants. I do like the kimonos. The kimonos are very pretty. I'm gonna buy one of those. Hockey mask. I'd be like Jason in a kimono. Alright, let's see if I can find my last fossil, and then I have to rebury my money tree as well. One thing that I did is I've tried as best as I can to consolidate essentially everything in my island. So anything that needs particular focus or comes up every once in a while or daily or whatever it is, I try to keep in one general vicinity. The only major exception, at least right now, is the rocks. So with rocks, you can destroy them and they respawn the next day, but it's completely random where they respawn. So that's why I used to have rocks spread out a little bit more. But again, these are random spawn points that I can't control, at least as far as I know I can't control. Incidentally, here's my my space exhibit that I have over by the museum. That's my mosquito. I'm saving up for to make a bunch more of these models, though, so that I'll be able to have different fish and insects and all sorts of cool stuff. So it's pretty awesome. You need the military jacket so you can be the very model of a modern Major General. I am the very model of a modern Major General. I have information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. That's all I know. Think it goes something quite incredible. Maybe. I don't know. Is that Rogerson Hammerstein? Who was that? Who wrote that one? It's funny because I actually watched the show with Gabriel Iglesias, which is Mr. Iglesias, where he plays a history teacher. And in that show, Oscar Nunez, who plays Oscar in The Office, he's one of the... He's not exactly a main character. I guess he's like a guest star type of shtick or something. He actually performs that patter song, the Major General song, and it's just the most amazing thing. I think it's awesome, personally. I think it's really cool. But... you know, I'm kind of weird. It's just funny to see him perform that. And he's in the the outfit and everything. Although, Rev, you got the mustache for it. I only have one mustache, or maybe I've got two. But I could totally put together a modern Major General, or I guess I should say a Major General outfit, which incidentally is a rank in the British Army. I assume it's in the British Army because isn't that show about India and the British owned India for owned quote unquote. I am not the history teacher. Mr. Iglesias is. Ask him. I don't. See, now I got that song stuck in my head. At least I found my other thing here. Alright, everybody, you have to cross your fingers that I'm going to get a new fossil in this batch. So every day in this game, you get 4 fossils buried all throughout your island. And you can collect them, and then if you take them to the museum, you can get them appraised, and potentially you can donate them if it's one that you don't have already. So this is hopefully a shark. It might be a suckerfish, but we'll see. I don't have the vibration cue, so I gotta be careful. Yeah, boy! Oh, there she blows! I just love that you can pick up a whale shark. Oh, this just made me laugh. So awesome. Clean my house without a sole DIY recipe. Could have kept it myself, but I decided to share. Anonymous like. Scarecrow? I know Scarecrow. I've made scarecrows. Go away, fish. That fish would have been potentially nice to catch if it were raining. If it were raining, I would have taken that particular risk to possibly get a coelacanth. Come on, you son of a bitch. You know you want it? Presents raining from the sky. Bunk bed! Is that like a double-decker couch? I personally prefer the double-decker couch. Makes for a quality viewing experience. Information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I actually, that reminds me, I think it's a patter song is what that type of thing is referred to as. Oh, Doc. Hardly a food stain on me. It reminds me of the Warner Brothers. I was watching, I think it was a Vanity Fair thing with the voice actor for Yakko Warner. So he did Yakko, he did Dr. Scratch and Sniff, both from the Animaniacs. He also did Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, and a bunch of other like animated voices of like the 90s and early 2000s. And he sang essentially a new verse of the countries of the world that he sang as Yakko. The whole thing that's in the it's to the tune of, I believe it's the Mexican Hat Dance. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominica, Cuba, Caribbean, Haiti, El Salvador too, Puerto Rico, Colombia, then Venezuela, and, etc. For anybody who's heard it, then you know it. My feathers! It seems that you have nothing available! Oh, dear! I probably shouldn't have said it like that, but I don't care. It was funnier. So he was doing like a review of covers of his voices. So people doing like the Pinky voice and the Yakko voice and all that kind of stuff. So it was just kind of cool. And the song reminded me of his singing the Nations of the World. The guy who did Wacko did the capitals of the United States as well. It was a much slower one. I'm trying to remember the tune though. God, I can't remember the name. That's the tune, but I don't remember what the name of the song is. Shoot. I'm saving some of my some of my fossils so that I can potentially make the full things. Like I've got a full T-Rex hanging out outside of my museum, and just like I'm saving up some of the I'm saving up the animals as well so that I can make them into something cool in the little statues and stuff that I'll be able to display on my island as well. Turkey in the Straw, that's the one. But yeah, like I said, I knew it was a famous one, and it's a famous public domain something or other. I never remember what it's called though. Alright, so see, I got a whole bunch of them here. So essentially all I do is that I keep the ones that all of these are ones that I've already donated. So I'm just keeping a single copy of each one, effectively. I don't particularly see a reason to keep more than that. I mean, I guess I can potentially donate it to like other people or mail it to other people, something along those lines, but nah. I do love that they've got a lot of great information about the fossils and the fish and the bugs and stuff too. You can get some really cool info. So see, I've got 3 of the Queen Alexandrias. I've got 3 hermit crabs. Only got 2 tilapia. So essentially, if you have 3 of any particular fish or bug, then they're able to make a statue of it, a miniature of it. So I'm excited that I can get great white shark. That's awesome. Now I just need to wait for Flick and or CJ to show up on my island so that I can commission them to do it. And one thing I haven't tested, but will be able to test thusly, is whether you can request multiples. Oh my God, Bones, what's wrong? Do I want to buy your full body tights? No, dude, I don't want your used full body tights. I'm good. What the fudge is wrong with people? Absolutely. Here, I'm gonna buy the military uniform so that I can prep my own fancy Major General outfit. I know it gives a boost to friendship level, but I am not going to buy Homeboy's used body stocking. Like, no. It's unfortunate they don't have a black military uniform. That's normally the one that you'll see. Oh, speaking of framed best friends pictures, after I sell my fossils, then I'm gonna head back to my house real quick to show you guys the thing real quick. Incidentally, I haven't gotten any framed best friends pictures. I'm sad. It's very sad. All right, so I'm gonna sell my fossils real quick. Incidentally, I am very disappointed in my turnip prices this week, or my potential for turnip prices. They are quite shameful. Fine, I'll open up so you can get the jacket, Mr. Fancy Man. Alright, so I'm going to open up the island real quick, and then I'm going to head back home and show you guys something real quick, and then I've got to get going, because I got to finish my food. I started eating before my stream, and now I got to finish eating. And my food is just sitting there. It's very lonely, and it needs to be in my tummy. It's very sad. I'll do it via local play. See if Rev is just stalking me in the trees. No, he's out there. I waved to them. It's so cute. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry because it's adorable. So don't judge me. I'm just saying. It's super cute. It's just how it is. Alright, so here, are you ready for this? So, see, I have the Olaf best friends poster posted there. Now, you might be saying, but Danny, why is it on the side of your house? You'll never be able to see it unless you rotate the camera. But check this out. Whenever I come up and craft something, it's like, boom! There is my homeboy Olaf. Right there. Right next to my hardline telephone system. Because that is how cool I am. That is how I roll. With Olaf. But with that, I've got to get going, like I said. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I will be back on Saturday, and it seems like everybody was having a good time with Link's Awakening, so I'll probably play that again. It's a much easier game than the other ones I've played lately, and it's one that I actually remember a decent amount of, so I'll probably be able to move through it a lot more quickly. Like this past Saturday, I was able to sort of blitz through 2 dungeons. So I should be able to average at least 1 dungeon per stream. So it shouldn't take me too long, hopefully, to get through it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But I will be back then, and I'll be back next week, probably with more Animal Crossing. I honestly don't know, though, because at this point I'm pretty happy with how my island looks. If anything, I would be doing updates on my hybrids to see if I've made any progress and have made any of the cool things that I'm essentially waiting for. But we'll all wave. We will all wave Rev in as he is coming by, so that everybody can know that he is coming to visit. Autonomous Transformer. That's a good name for Rev. Rev collects Transformers, so that is a perfect name for him. But with that, I'm going to head out, you guys. All of you take care of yourselves. Be safe, be well. If you're still under quarantine, stay under quarantine, please. Or at least wear your face masks, please. So that I'll be able to go outside eventually, maybe, possibly. But either way, I will talk to you guys later. It'll be fun. But, yeah, hopefully I will see you all on Saturday with some Link's Awakening. And hopefully you all have best weeks and good times. But until then, bye-bye.